Hey girl, hey! Welcome back to my channel, My Obsessive Confessions. My name is Tigray, and as you can already tell by the title of this video, today I am going to be talking about my 2018 Best of Beauty. So yeah, I'm very excited to get into it. I really went back and forth on how I wanted to do this. I had like a long list of products, but I really wanted to hone it down to one or two items per category and if I didn't have it, just, you know, skip that category altogether instead of trying to find things. And in that respect, this is why I decided to go ahead and do it as like a get ready with me style. So I'm only able to use one or two products on my face at a time. So in that sense, I can go ahead and just truly narrow down the best of the best. I do want to focus on this year doing like best of videos, my favorites, palettes, or whatever the case may be. So you will see things that I do love, but they're just not what I consider the epitome of 2018. These are just like my top-notch things. So yeah, I want to first start off by saying Happy New Year to you guys. This is my first video that I'm filming. I'm really fighting like it's not necessarily a cold, I just have like a congestion in like my throat and nose area, so I'm trying to fight that. That's why I didn't film earlier, but yeah, I mean, for me 2019 is definitely going to be about consistency and just putting out content that is something that I think should be out there, not necessarily what is the hype and, you know, trying to follow trends. And I want to do a later video on, you know, what I want from 2019 as far as like beauty resolutions and things like that. So I don't want to spend too much time on this intro because I do want to go ahead and get into the video. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. So some things you will see, they are repeats from whether it's last year or you know, my Holy Grail video, and that's just because nothing has topped them, so I still want to mention them in this video. But I'm trying to stick to the things that either I was introduced to in 2018 or that came out in 2018. But if I don't, for whatever reason, it's either on purpose or a mistake, so I apologize in advance. But as far as skincare, I only have two things. The first is this Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, which I already have on my lips. And this is not new. I've talked about this, I'm pretty sure, last year. But this one is new to me. This is the vanilla scented one, which I think I just saw is now permanent. But I loved this one as well. And as you can see, I'm definitely halfway through. These last a long time, and me and my husband both use them. And then as far as the other skincare item, it's definitely been The Ordinary, specifically the Niacinamide 10% and Zinc 1%. I do also have the organic cold pressed rosehip seed oil here as well. But these have just been my holy grail. This Niacinamide 10% has changed my skin. It has definitely kept acne at bay. I use this at nighttime. I've gone through, this is, I think, my second or third one, and they just popped back up on Sephora. So I ordered 2 more of the niacinamide and also the hyaluronic acid plus B5. I ordered 2 more of those. Those are my 2 favorites, plus this rosehip seed oil. So definitely a favorite of 2018, and we'll continue to use it. So let's go ahead and work on the face. So as far as primers are concerned, I'll be honest, I don't really have any consistent primers that I've bought. A lot of the primers that I'm using are primers that I got as like gifts with purchase, or they were like Sephora point perks. So it's a bunch of small trial size primers, and because I use such a little bit amount of primer, that works just fine for me. But I did notice the one that I have consistently purchased, even if it is the small size, is the Vitamin Enriched Face Base by Bobbi Brown, and this is the travel size one that I just purchased recently from the Bobbi Brown website. And specifically during this year, I know that I'm always missing this, and I go back to it all the time. So I love it, and I had to mention it here. I'm pretty sure this might have been in my Holy Grail video, but I just noticed that this is the one I always go back to and purchase with my own money, and I don't purchase primers a lot, so I had to put that in here. Like I said, it's not one of those things that I discovered in 2018, but it's definitely the one that I use the most. And then the other primer that I also use the most, and I'm pretty sure I discovered this in 2018 as well, and that is the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer Base. And like I said, I don't purchase primers a lot, but I purchased the full size of this one, and it's the best. A little bit goes a long way because I only use it for my pore areas, but it is so, so good. And I wanted to give an honorable mention to this Stellar Beauty Brilliant Primer. I'm mentioning this because I noticed I had about 3 of these primer, like mini, like I said, trial size ones. I guess at one point Sephora was just giving them away because I had 3 of them and I went through 2. And that was a pretty big deal because I don't normally finish any of these small ones either because there's a lot in here, and I really like this. I would consider purchasing the full size of this, so I did want to mention this as a primer that I did really love this year. As far as foundations, this was really, really hard for me, but I was able to narrow it down to 1 drugstore and 1 higher end. And as far as the drugstore, this one was really no question. This was really easy for me, and that is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. And I'm so surprised, to be honest with you, because I never thought I would say anything from Physicians Formula is a favorite of mine, because normally I can't wear anything that Physicians Formula puts out. But when they put this out, which I believe they put it out at the very end of December of 2017, so I had this the whole year, and I just really, really loved it. The color could be a little better. It's very warm. It's like, I'm kind of like golden, but this is really warm, but it's just really good. It has like that doe foot applicator. This has been like my go-to. I'm surprised I'm not running out. I think this glass is deceiving because I sometimes have to scrape out of here, so I think that this glass kind of makes it look like it's full, and it's completely not, I promise. But I use this a lot for like just on the go, those days that I just want to throw something on. It has SPF in it. The coverage is pretty decent, but it still is skin-like. It's beautiful. And then the other one that I'm choosing is the Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation Full Cover Oil-Free Shine Control. And the reason why this beat out the rest of them, like the Cover FX, was another favorite of mine this year, but is because this color is like the best color for me. It's like spot on, and that is in the color Golden Almond 6.75. I haven't found a color in a foundation that matches me as perfectly as this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and wear this today. I did also want to mention the chai. Oh, am I running out of this already? It's taking a lot to come out. The chai in the Too Faced what is it called? Born This Way foundation. The Too Faced Born This Way foundation is a Holy Grail foundation of mine, but I never realized how bad the color was until Jackie Aina came out with chai, which is like the perfect color for me. So I just had to give that an honorable mention. That has also been a big favorite of mine. I do prefer this foundation that I'm wearing now more so in the summertime. It wears beautifully in the summertime, but for the purposes of this video, I figured I would just go ahead and put it on. Speaking of favorites as well, this Sonia Kashuk sponge has definitely been a favorite of mine this year, so I definitely had to mention that as well. Once I discovered these, I have barely been using my Beauty Blender. Don't get me wrong, I still love the Beauty Blender, but this was definitely a 2018 favorite. And it's truly just like a soft matte finish. It's not a drying matte. It barely even looks like you have anything on. It just looks like skin. It goes on beautifully with a brush or a sponge. I just really love it. Alright, and then as far as concealer, for sure the ColourPop No Filter concealer was my ultimate favorite at the end of last year, including into the beginning of this year. But once this came into my life, nothing has touched it since. And that is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I wear the color Chestnut, and this is just phenomenal. I just don't know what I was doing in my life without this. I love this concealer. I just feel that it's like the perfect color for like under my eyes. It blends out seamlessly. It gives great coverage. It's so beautiful. But I do also want to give a quick mention to the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circle Treatment Concealer. This isn't new, but it's new to me and my women of color out there because they did just extend this range earlier this year. And as you can see, hope you can see that. As you can see, it's all the way down here. I have definitely been loving this. This one is in the color Tan. And yeah, so that's definitely also a 2018 favorite. I love pairing this and this on my like regular on the go days. The Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation and the Maybelline Age Rewind, those are just really great for everyday foundation type of days. Like, look at how that blends out. Like, I don't know if you guys can understand or see how beautiful that is. It's just phenomenal. Alright, and then as far as powder is concerned, no question, the ultimate powder of 2018 for me was the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. Peach Perfect Mattifying Loose Setting Powder. I haven't been using this in the last couple months just because this powder is better for the summertime and like springtime. In the winter right now, my skin is a little dehydrated and I wouldn't necessarily say dry, but it definitely acts like it's dry. So I've been steering away from this, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to go ahead and use it today. But this powder is perfection. I'm going to go ahead and tap out any creases. Oh my goodness. I forgot how much I even love this because just from not using it for the last couple months. Look how like beautiful that is. Y'all, that is just so good. Like I don't know if I've ever, I mean I have, but I don't know if I've ever worn everything all together, like all my favorites, which is another reason why I was really excited to do this video like this, because you can just see how perfect your makeup comes out when all your favorites are together. Like my skin is just like flawless right now. It's like, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but toot toot. Like it just looks so good. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I need to, I don't know, I mean I thought that this powder was more drying than it like actually feels right now, because it feels fantastic, and I might go back to using it these next couple months because I just, like I said, I haven't been using it in like the last month or two, just since it started cooling down here, because it's just been really cool. And then as far as all over powder, I definitely have to give it to the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in the number 3. This has definitely been my discovery and a favorite of 2018. It's just beautiful, flawless powder. I use this for underneath the eye. I use it for all over. It's just beautiful. It's very lightweight on the skin. And I know when I first, I actually discovered this from someone, I don't remember her name, but it was someone's 2017 favorite. And I was like, she was darker than me, by just a little bit, but I just couldn't believe that this powder that looked like this worked for her. And so once I saw that it did and she put that in her favorites, I went and got it, and it's just been my favorite all year long. I just been loving it. It does truly smooth out the skin, makes everything just look extra flawless. It's just like my base right now, like you can't tell me nothing. And I do have to give an honorable mention to the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. I discovered this more in the last couple months from the Sephora sale, and I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't use this earlier, because this is also such a beautiful, beautiful powder. This is in the color Deep, and I can totally see myself continue using that into 2019. And yeah, just had to mention that. And then as far as bronzers are concerned, for sure, my most used bronzers this year and last year was and is the ColourPop bronzers, the Bits and Pieces and Rodeo Drive. Rodeo Drive was actually my favorite last year, and this is like the matte version. And then something about just really being into more luminous skin, this Bits and Pieces became my favorite this year. And I don't know if you can see, but you can start to see the ridges of the pan. I'm definitely hitting pan on this soon. But what I'm going to use today, and which was definitely a 2018 find and favorite, is the Sephora Spice Market Blush Palette. And this color right here for bronzing was definitely a big favorite of mine this year. And that is what I'm going to use right now. Just such a beautiful bronzer. Oh my goodness. I wish that Sephora would sell this bronzer like separately. I mean, it's a great palette, don't get me wrong. It's like I don't just use this bronzer, but if they sold this bronzer separately, it would be fantastic. And look at that. Look how beautiful that bronzer is. Like, I don't know why people think chocolate girls don't need bronzer, because bronzer is like life for me. I love a good bronze skin. So, and then for blush, I'm still gonna stick with this Spice Market blush, because this orange blush right here, I used so much in the summertime. I used it so much. And then I even love this blush currently. Like, it's just a beautiful blush. But I have to give a shout out to Makeup Geek's Chivalry. Again, this isn't something that I discovered in 2018, but this is definitely something that I discovered in my collection and picked back up a lot this year. And actually, I'm going to wear this today, because this is just such a phenomenal blush. And it's just like the perfect women of color, like everyday blush. Like, it goes with anything and everything, and I love it. Yes, beautiful blush. Just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna go ahead and add some of this blush right here on top. It's more of like a shimmery, I wouldn't say shimmery, more like a luminous blush. And I'm just gonna add it more towards the front of my cheeks, where my apples meet. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. So definitely pick this up, especially if you are a chocolate girl, woman of color. It's a beautiful blush palette. All right, so I'm gonna go on to eyebrows. And as far as eyebrows, I definitely went back to my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz the most this year. But in the later half of the year, I did discover this brow pencil, and I have been using this nonstop since I discovered it. And that is the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil, and this is in the color Rich Brown. It's just another one of those Brow Wiz dupes, but it's really good. And I really have been loving this color and this pencil. It lasts a really good amount of time. And yeah, I just have really been loving it. It's really ultra fine and just beautiful. All right, and then as far as the eyes go, this, I don't want to say it was hard, but it was definitely difficult to want to just choose one because I bought so many palettes. There's so many palettes that came out, but I honestly didn't use eyeshadow palettes a lot in 2018 unless I was filming. But unless I'm filming or I'm just truly in the mood for like an eyeshadow look, I haven't really been reaching for eyeshadows that much. But I will say the one that I reached for the most since I got it, and not just one time like all the rest of them, has definitely been the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I love this palette. I love the layout of this palette. It has a beautiful mirror. It folds all the way back so it's compact. Look at these colors. These colors are just so beautiful. You can get away with like these warmer colors on this side and like everyday neutrals, as well as some color and bronzy shades. It's just a beautiful palette, and I definitely reached for this a lot. As far as eye products, I would definitely have to say the Stila Shimmer and Glow liquid eyeshadows have definitely been some of my favorites, specifically the color La Dulce, which is like a liquid green. This is what that looks like. I'll try to do some close-ups, but it's just such a beautiful, beautiful color. And I have also here Twig, which is like a chestnut brown. You can use these for like good cut crease colors, but I also really love them as just like a one and done shadow. I'll just put this all over my lid and blend it out into the crease with some of the Urban Decay shadows, and you're just good to go. Also the Marc Jacobs Sequins eyeshadow, Glam Glitter eyeshadow, and the one I have here is in Topaz Flash. This is just such a beautiful topper. It's definitely one of those shades where you do have to wear it with like a glitter glue or something to stick to, because it will like rub off and like flake throughout the day. I wore this out on like an evening at the club, and it was just such a beautiful color in the evening. It like catches the light. It was just so good. I definitely want to get some more of these because they are phenomenal. And the one that I'm going to wear today, because I do have to go to work and I don't feel like doing like anything elaborate on my eyes, but it's definitely a 2018 favorite, is the Natasha Denona Chroma Crystal Top Coat. Now I have seen her other top coats, and they are truly top coats where they're just like transparent with a little bit of color on them. But this top coat here in the shade, what is this one? Metal Bronze, is not a top coat at all. This is truly opaque. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It is so, so, so beautiful. It's a perfect one and done shadow. I love it, and I just like to throw this on my lid and just go, and it's just so, so beautiful. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to throw on a little bit of the ColourPop concealer on my eyes just to prime them and help that color stick out a little bit more. And I just use my finger and I just dip it in there and put this all over my lid. And it's so like perfectly bronze with my eye color that you don't even need to blend it out. It just like seamlessly goes in with my eye. And outside, this is just the most beautiful thing on the eyes. Like, it gives you just like a wash of color without looking like you did too much. It's beautiful. And I'm just going to go in with a brush and my same bronzer that I used on my face from the Spice Market palette, and just go into my crease and under my eyes for a little definition. Alright, and that's literally it for the eyes. Go ahead and set my eyebrows with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Gel. clear brow gel. Nothing's changed there. I have yet to try, I mean, I haven't really tried a lot of other ones, but I have yet to find one that does what I want it to do, like this brow gel. For highlight, this is the one that I legit could not choose just one. So I do have a few that are my favorites. For starters, I'm sure you've heard about this one on my channel, the Essence Pure Nude Sun Lighter. This is just such a stunning highlight. I remember when the original of this one came out and Kathleen Lights talked about it, and I went and bought it, and I just hoped it was going to be everything that she said it was going to be, and it just wasn't. But this, when they came out with this one, this was totally that one, but for deeper skin tones. It's just like that everyday highlight that, you know, you don't want too much, but you just want a little bit of something, and it's just beautiful. And I love this highlight so much. The other two, they're two separate highlights, but I'm counting them as one because they're the same category. And this is the Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter. In 2017, the Molten Gold was the only one I believe that was out, and that was already in my favorites then. But this year, they came out with some more, and for sure, the Molten Bronze, which I think, because I got this one in England, I think this one is called Molten Topaz here, but this one is so good. It's definitely like just a bronzy, perfect color for the summertime. And the Molten Peach. Ooh, can't get this open. And that's what the Molten Peach looks like here. This on. Ooh. And that's the Molten Peach right there. So for sure, those two are definitely highlights of 2018. As long as they keep expanding those are going to continue to be in my favorites because they are phenomenal highlighters. I love them. And then my last favorite and most recent one, specifically from this year, and I don't think I've talked about this on my channel, but I have been loving this, and that is the MAC Iridescent Powder, Loose Powder in the color Golden Bronze. I think, I'm not sure, but I think that this is limited edition, but I'm pretty sure it's still available on the MAC site. Of course, I will try to link everything down below. I'm not typically a fan of loose highlighters, but this is what it looks like on the inside. This has just been the most beautiful highlight. You don't need a lot at all. I take just whatever's left in the cap, dip my brush into it, and still tap off and put this on my cheek, and it is just the most gorgeous color you can ever think of. Oh my goodness, look at that. So beautiful. Like I said, you don't need a lot, so this is gonna last you forever. But it's just the most beautiful golden bronze highlight, and I just slather my face in this. It's just so good. And then as far as sprays, nothing has changed with my sprays. I still love the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I use this sometimes before makeup, also after, like now. And then of course the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray I use to lock everything in. As far as mascara, the only new mascara to me that I have just fallen madly and deeply in love with is the Bad Gal Bang Mascara. So I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes and put this on. I didn't believe the hype when this mascara first came out, but it is just so good. Such an elongating mascara. It doesn't give you that much volume, so it would be a great mixer mascara, but I love this mascara by itself as well, especially on my lower lash line, my lower lashes. Alright, and then finally the last thing is lips. And for lips, I definitely was the year of the gloss for me. Of course, the Fenty lip gloss. I didn't get any of the new ones yet. I do plan on getting them, but the Fenty original one has definitely been a favorite. I don't even have it in front of me because it's in my purse, but that is an all-time favorite and for sure 2018 favorite. But also, this isn't lip glosses, but the ColourPop, I don't remember what they're called. They're just their bullet lipsticks, the original ones that they came out with. I have here LA Lady and Pinkies Up. These are just phenomenal lipsticks, like for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and put LA Lady on. This is, yeah, LA Lady. It's just such a beautiful bullet lipstick. This definitely brought back bullet lipsticks for me. Another one that's really good is the Pinkies Up. It's like a beautiful, like, I don't know, kind of reminds me of this one, but like more nude-ish. I'm just gonna add this on top, because why not? Yeah, so pretty. But my favorite gloss, other than the Fenty Gloss Bomb, has definitely been the Bite Beauty French Press Lip Gloss in Dirty Chai. I love this so much that I actually have two of them. One is in my purse, one I keep in my makeup drawers. And it smells like coffee. I can barely smell it because I'm stuffed up. But it smells like coffee, which is already a all-time favorite of mine. And they're just beautiful. You know, Bite Beauty is food grade, so you don't feel bad about putting it on your lips. It just gives the most beautiful color, and I love it. And then the last lipstick thing that I had to mention, or lips that I had to mention, is the Fenty Beauty, what are they called? Stunna Lip Paint in Unveil. Again, I didn't get any of the other new ones, but this one is just the ultimate like nude brown lip for women of color, myself, even deeper. It's just such a beautiful lip. I love it. I wear it all the time. I love preparing a gloss over top to make it glossy. I love wearing it by itself. It's just, it's so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring my hair down, and we are gonna close out this video. Alright, so that is it for this video. This is how the look came out, and I was just really excited to share these top-notch favorites with you guys. Definitely let me know down below what has been your favorites for 2018, what you think I should try. I definitely want to try like trying either my favorite YouTubers favorites or like my subscribers favorites. So let me know if I get enough you know, answers to the question, then I will do the subscribers one. If not, then I'll just go ahead and do like my favorite YouTubers, or maybe I'll do like a combination or both. So yeah, definitely let me know down below what you have been loving. Also let me know what it is you want to see from me this 2019. Like I said, for me it's going to be all about consistency and trying to get myself on here to at least do 2 videos a week, and going through my collection, letting you know what are things that I love that I don't necessarily show on here because they're not necessarily new, but just like my favorite palettes of all time, my favorite favorites, and my collection of foundations. I'd like to start doing like a foundation Friday until I go through all my foundations, so you can see what I have and kind of create. I really want my channel to be more of like a reference page, so whatever, it's something that maybe it's not new but you need to find like your color or see how it wears or things like that, I'd like you to be able to come back and find that video on that particular product, even if it's not a new product. So definitely want to do more like all day wear reviews and things like that. So yeah, that is what we have for today. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, definitely leave it down below in the comment section and I will get back to you. And until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Bye.